Hello, this is Ross McKenzie, and welcome to another movie review. And today we are doing the final adventure of the first crew in Star Trek VI: The Undiscovered Country. And let's just say this. Thank God for this movie. Boy, I tell you. Man, thank God for this movie. Seriously. I mean, 100%. Star Trek V was such a damn tragedy that, the Paramount said, look, it's Star Trek's 25th anniversary. We gotta do something for the fans. We gotta do something for this series. We gotta make a good movie this time. We gotta make a movie that we care about. We're not just gonna sit here and make a cheesy movie that, that looks really bad and that no one cares about, This movie came to mind, and let's just say this. It is a completely 100% improvement from Star Trek V. Here's why, alright? Good storyline, good character development. It gets to make these characters, it gets to make their final outing a gracious and a very, very good tribute to the Star Trek franchise. Their last mission is a very awesome Star Trek movie, a very politically charged, and a very, very good tribute to the Star Trek legacy. Everybody loved the first crew. Everybody loved how they got along. Everybody loved their characteristics. Everybody loved what the first Star Trek did for science fiction. And in the fourth one, it made people love the franchise much more. Now this one, because it's going to be the last movie of the whole entire first crew's, time together, I will make this two parts. But anyways, it really was, the last one was so much of a damn failure that it really did need to happen, this movie. It really did need to go out in a respectable way. And a lot of people, this was a big deal. Star Trek's 25th anniversary was a big deal. There were a lot of people that lived this franchise. And there were people that loved this franchise, there were people that hated it, and there were people that loved it. And the thing was that about this crew is that no matter what series comes out after this, the 7 series that come out after this, or 8 series, I don't know if my calculations are correct, but everybody thinks this one is the best, and it is the best. You can't top Star Trek, the original Star Trek. You can't do it. And the reason why is because it had that value to it that can't be matched. None of these guys get along as good as these guys do in The Next Generation, in Deep Space Nine, in Voyager, in Enterprise. None of them get along as good as these guys do. These guys are like a family in this, and then by this time they were a family. I mean, you do 6 films together, obviously, even if you're actors, you're going to become more of a family, The reason why this worked, again, above, Star Trek V, that was absolutely idiotic, was because Paramount listened to the fans. They listened to the fans. They knew, they answered their question. We will make you a more serious Star Trek. We will pay attention that it is the 25th anniversary. We will respect this genre. We will respect Star Trek. And they did an absolute good job. And in fact, they even listened to the fans so much that they got one of the previous directors on here, the one that did Star Trek 2. And they even got Leonard Nimoy as a producer on here. But thank God for that. Thank God, you know, that they got people that actually knew about Star Trek in this, you know, to do the movie, that really paid attention to it, you know, that really listened to it. And, all right, the plot is that at this time, all right, this was the early 90s. At this time, the nuclear arms race was ending, all right? Russia and the United States made a pact between each other that they would disarm their missiles, their nuclear missiles. Now, Star Trek took this. This was so cool. Star Trek took this and made an idea of their own. What if we could convert this to a storyline that would serve the purpose of Star Trek? What if we replace, instead of the United States, let's make it the United Federation of Planets. And also, let's make the Russians, instead of the Russians, let's make them the Klingons. And let's put this nuclear arm race in the terms of what it would be with Star Trek. And when they did that, they made a good storyline. While a Starfleet ship was venturing out, commanded by Hikaru Sulu, it happens to come across a gigantic explosion in the neutral zone. And what this was a Klingon moon Praxis. And it exploded because of a mining accident on the Klingon moon. The Klingons didn't want any help whatsoever. But what they do want is they want to keep their dignity. They want to keep their dignity. They want to keep the Klingon Empire intact. But what Starfleet wants is they want, out of all of this, they want to make peace with the Klingons. They want to use this as a peaceful way to get, you know, into the Klingons' good side, because the Klingon Empire only had 50 years to live. So what happened is that they send the Enterprise, commanded by Captain Kirk, out in to make a peace treaty with the Enterprise, with the Klingon Empire. And a Chancellor Gorkon, is in the lead to command the Klingon battle cruiser that is for the Klingons, you know, Klingon side. What happens is that they invite them to dinner, and what happens is that everything goes to absolute hell. The Klingon battle cruiser is attacked by the Enterprise suddenly and deliberately, without any warning, and now everything is done. It's completely ended. All the peace, everything is completely ended, and now this Enterprise and this crew find themselves in a quagmire of a whodunit. Who did this? Why did they do it? And why are they breaking this peace treaty that should have happened? All right. In the next video, we are going to talk about the rest of the plot and also the final impact on what this crew was together. You know, what I think the final impact is. So thank you very much for watching, and I will be doing the next part right after this one. Thank you.